Hello. Really pray my people are having an amazing, blessed. Almost said Monday morning. It's actually Monday evening. It's currently 8 minutes past 5 p.m. here in South Africa, and we are looking at Nasdaq. So we are looking at the previous hour's range, looking to see if the market wants to gravitate to half a standard of that range, or even a full standard, which is what I would love to see if we can get an extension there, which is currently my target. So we will tape read today. This will be my last video of the year, my last execution. I'll tape read my last tape reading session, and I'll be off price action. You're not going to see me read the markets, read the charts in any shape or form. Not interested. And yeah, that's basically it. So first things first, you want to see price gravitate. You see here. So I would love to see this price maybe make an attempt for a swing low, targeting the swing high right there. We might see it race low and target this low, which I don't think the market will do that today. I feel like it's awfully bullish and really wants to start the run. We'll see. So I'm looking at that area for sensitivity. It's been an amazing trading year for me. I'm officially done with trading. I don't have any of my subscriptions on. I'll speak of the devil and thou shalt appear. I don't have any of my subscriptions on. I didn't pay for any lifetime data, like almost said NQ. Yes, technically it's NQ1, or any of the continuous contracts. So I don't want to be tempted to trade. I don't want to be tempted to execute in any shape or form. So I just call it a day. A year, actually, not even a day. I've had a fantastic year. I'm very proud of myself for the first half of the year, from January to June, so we are looking for potential turning point here for us to go long. So yeah, I don't expect it to go anywhere lower than this. If it does, then it's okay. We'll see. I don't want to look for shorts, in my opinion. If they do give us shorts, then I'll take them, but I prefer longs, in my opinion. And if we do go anywhere below this, I'll look to see the sensitivity. I'm waiting for the first 20 minutes to print, just to get a feel of what price wants to do. Personally, as I told you, I want to see perform the function of a swing low and make an attempt for that. So this is my baby here. Target right here. So that's basically the gist of it. And it's been an amazing trading year. I'm really proud of myself for sticking consistent with my 20 handles. It's been very tough trying to take greed, being impatient, rushing setups, being too early, being too late. All those were amazing learning curves for me. And I learned a lot about myself. I learned that great things take time, and the drills you build for yourself, those are what get you to where you want to be as an executor, not the fact that you can go long or short in these financial market. That's easy. Anyone can enter. Anyone can press the buy or sell button. So we are entering turn 12. So potentially I wouldn't like to see it take out that low, but if it does, then I would anticipate that engineering a potential swing low, targeting that high there. If not, you'll just continue to see it melt lower, and we will see it grab sell side here, which I don't want to see currently. But you gotta take read, man. It's been an amazing trading year. It's so many lessons learned, especially about oneself and one's ability to tell yourself you're going to do something and do it. That is very hard. This is the pinnacle of discipline. And telling yourself you're only going to trade 20 handles and doing that for the whole year is amazing. So we are expecting this to be the swing low, as we expect it to take out that low, which is very fast. So whatever inefficiency forms here, so that the next candlestick should not take out this low. If it does, probability slowly shift out of favor, in my opinion, and we might not gravitate as fast as I thought we were. Oh my goodness, bro. This pissed me though. Anyways, but literally, I am expecting this to perform the function of a swing low and slowly gravitate to that high right there. Personally, I wouldn't long here. You can, but it's not high risk. It's not the inefficiency I want to go long at. So, but 10-12 still performing its function as always, every day, every week, and non-stop. And I can't wait to show you more of my time concepts heading into next year. where we really see times in which the markets engineers swing lows for a sustained price run in a specific direction, and those are the best price actions for me. Not the ones where you try to get in and you have to kind of wait for the consolidation. When is it going to displace? Maybe next week. So we should see 10-15 make an attempt for higher prices. If it does not, then obviously we should see lower prices, but I want to see it make an attempt for that higher right there. Failure to do so shows weakness, and we might consolidate for longer than I anticipate, but willingness to gravitate to this high shows a more bullish price action here. It's been an amazing trading year for me. The last 2 months have been phenomenal, especially when I've been off social media, where I'm not really like almost forced to perform. It almost felt like that, but I'm so calm, cool, and collected when I'm on my own. It's amazing. I had the best trade in October, Tuesday. It was amazing. It was only 75 handles, but it was an amazing trade. Very beautiful execution. Just everything about it was on point. So as we can see, we have made an attempt for this higher prices just from here to there. Based on time, this is beautiful. 79 handles, which is beautiful, amazing. So if we do engineering inefficiency here, this is where I will go long, targeting just 50%, and then obviously holding a runner for that baby there. If not, then it's okay. We'll just see it most probably gravitate for that. So we did trade into this, perform the function of a swing low at a very specific time at 75% of the previous hour's range, which is also lovely to see. So you don't want to see it make an attempt for 50% of that previous range. That shows consolidation, like we're not going to go anywhere, so be patient. And I failed dismally at those because I couldn't bring myself to be patient. So let's attempt a beautiful tape reading along here. There we go. So we are triggered in long, not the perfect time. There we go. Then we'll have our stop just below this. It's a bit too wide in my opinion. You can have it just below that. Let's put it as red. So we are in longer right there, and we should see it start to displace. First partial will be here, then obviously our ultimate target is there. Then obviously when you get stopped out, then there's nothing much you can do. You just get efficiently removed. Wasn't this long? There we go. It's been an amazing trading year in my opinion. I will never lie to you. It's been phenomenal. It's been very eye-opening. I'm proud of my students, and especially the ones who are studying the first 3 minutes of every 15-minute candle. Like for example now 10, 15, 16, 17, 18. You should expect 18 to displace right there, and you can take partials. Okay, fair enough. Sorry. So the fact that 1018 is not failing, but it's you want to see it make an attempt for that, but the fact that it's not, keep your eye on 1020. Then if it does continue to race lower and 1018 is a bearish candlestick, then that could be your not shift in market structure, but that's the turning point where the market begins to spool lower at heading into 1020. So I don't want to go to a higher time frame because I'm not really interested in what the higher time frame is doing. Not because I can't anticipate what it's doing. It's just that I'm using the previous hour as a narrative. The market is awfully bullish, or it was awfully bearish heading into last week, and today is Monday, So, like, at least expect, man, I sort of got up, smack trading me in the face, man, if it keeps popping these ads. But literally, when it's Monday, and what do you expect on a Monday? A genuine retracement where even if it's not the full range, but the majority of the people who are making money are all these people who are going short here, right? All these people who are going short right there. So all these people, and especially those people there, they have the most money. And you'll notice that it's been slowly grinding its way up, grinding its way up, grinding its way up. So that's what I'm anticipating. And if it doesn't, then it's okay. Ultimately, on a 15-minute chart, I am expecting to at least take out these two. If not, just fill this whole inefficiency range and even touch the 50% if possible. This right there. If it can. If not, then you can't really do anything about it. Then this will perform the swing high. So that's basically the gist of it. So we are entering 1020. So we should see a sustained price run in one direction heading into 1030. So for the next 10 minutes, you should see sustained price run. Preferably higher because we're in what? Long. So when journaling, right? So let's say, for example, this is what I expect 10-12 to perform a swing long. I've entered long an unreasonable amount of drawdown. My stop loss is in place, and I'm expecting it to go to a specific target. So what I do is I'll take this and I'll screenshot. I don't need to be in a trade, right? Like right there, saved file. This is a screenshot. So when I screenshot like this, my brain basically remembers the price action, remembers the times I've marked. And since there's no risk incurred, there's no money, I don't need this to play out in my favor. I don't need it to. And that's the point. Because the more you do this, the more you get desensitized from it. The goal is to not just always have a trade, an entry where you have an arrow and etc. And you have time and all that. No. The goal is, can you spot a specific pattern, an entry pattern with that 75% time, an inefficiency, whatever it is, and can you mark where you would incur risk? How many handles is that? How long have you been in the execution? And how long does it take to hit TP? And the more you do this, if you do this every day, you get a benchmark of your KPI where you know how long your trade is going to potentially last, what time your stop loss will get hit, so that nothing comes as a surprise. That's kind of the way here in the financial market. Nothing should come as a surprise. Everything should be timed, and you saw it coming from 3 decades away. That's how it is. That's how you execute. And the only way for you to do this is to tape read, where you're not in a trade and you're doing this. You're reading the tape. Where would you have gone long? Where would you have gone short? Where would you have taken partials? Where would you have been invalidated? What time do you expect spooling? What time do you expect the consolidation? All these questions aid in your understanding of what price action will do, can do, and should do at very specific moments in time, where you're not really predicated on how much you make or how much you lose, but it's based on your ability to interpret and read price and enter at the most efficient times possible. And if you can't do that, then it doesn't matter what models you learn. It doesn't matter if you're always, I won't say making money, but it doesn't matter what time concepts you know. You'll always get efficiently removed, because you're always trading with emotion. And even if you have an 80% strike rate, when that first losing trade comes, or those series of 3-4 losing trades come, you lose everything and you become a shell of your former self, and you have to kind of restart digging yourself up from the ground, and that's not cool. And the best way to avoid this is just tape read, where you're getting used to either being with price action, reading it, and not necessarily making money of it, because as an executor, you're going to be doing this for the rest of your life. You're going to be watching candlesticks print and print and print and print and print, and there's not basically nothing you can do about it, but that's all you can do about it. So I want you to notice how the area in which we were going wrong is the bodies are respecting you, so you don't want to see that, because that shows heaviness heading into 10:30, and we could get efficiently removed. And if we are, this is the main reason I don't trade November heading into December, man, because like the consolidations are far longer than you'd like them to be, and you can't really do anything about that. So you just have to take your L and walk away. On any other given Sunday, I would also anticipate this to be a swing low, but it's not a Sunday, it's a Monday. So, but yeah, it's been an amazing trading year. And when you do get efficiently removed, so what I'll note is 1 minute, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 minutes on average, just 10 minutes for me to get efficiently removed. And basically, that's it. Technically, we did get stopped down there. One tick, I think we did. So if not, the next candlestick will do it. So what we can do, but technically it's already there, but I'll move my stop just below that low. And if that low gets tagged, then obviously you get efficiently removed. There was one tick off the stop, but in my opinion, a bit too close for comfort, eh? So the next minute should be the deciding candlestick. I do expect it to be bearish though. Maybe take out the 10-12 low, like in one full swoop. That'll be obviously not good on our side because we're in longs, but why not? Then maybe use the 10:30 heading into 11 o'clock as means for spooling lower or higher, sorry. My stop moves to this low. I'd love to move it to the low that's currently printing, but I'll move it to this one. Hope I'm not on mute here. So 12 minutes, we're still in the execution, and we're trimming risk now. You know, we started off with not an unreasonable, technically it was an unreasonable amount of risk. So if this candlestick does close above this high, then my stop loss will move to this candlestick low, that. So if it wanted to take out this low for one more manipulation, I would have taken my L and walked away, but right on time, right on price, beautiful displacement. So once we make an attempt for that high, my stop loss moves right below that candlestick's low, and then we can watch the baby run. There we go. I would have preferred a body close, not just a wick. Not just a wick, yes. And this is the essence of price action, the essence of tape reading, the essence of knowing what to do, when to do it, and why you're doing it. It's not about making money. You will eventually. And next year, I believe it's going to be a very nice trading year. It's not going to be as frickled as this year, man. This year has been tough. I'm not going to lie to you, man. Mentally, emotionally, physically, it's been a roller coaster. And when you're learning about yourself, greed, impatience, your inability to accept yourself for who and what you are, that is tough. That is tough. And having to live with yourself an everyday grind through this, because at the end of the day, you're on your own. No one's going to come and help you. No one's coming to tell you, hey, do this, hey, do that. No. Like, you have to carve your own path. And the only way you can carve it is one contract, one trade, and then one analysis at a time. And when you take a loss, take it on the chin and call it a day. Don't be afraid to be, I won't say vulnerable, but don't be afraid to lose. Because losing just shows that you show up and you try, and you can control yourself. You can control how much you lose when you lose it. And that's beautiful. I would have smacked longs here. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, as many as I could here as well. I would have smacked longs. The stop just below this. And or even where this one is as well, I would take that on as well. And if it doesn't spool here, then obviously my stop loss is next. So the main reason I'm looking at these longs is if we can just remove all these for now. My brain is watching this here. See that? That's what my brain is seeing. So if we go anywhere below that, then it's a consolidation. Like, it really is. Like, you can't fake this. So now that should be the low. Then if this low gets validated, then we're wrong. So the next candlestick, for the next at least 4 minutes, should chase that high right there. It's beautiful, isn't it? So that's what my brain is seeing. Anyways. So that's why I said I'll be smacking longs here like it's 7:30. I'm joking. Jokes. There's no 7:30 here. And I don't know. Okay. Let me not comment because I was once there. But also in trading, you should know when to take a break. I believe that's one of the lessons I had to learn the hard way. Knowing when to pull away from the charts, how to pull away from the charts, because you could tell yourself you're taking a break, but your subscriptions are still running. You can still see live data. When I'm on NQ, I only see delayed data. So that shows I can't execute. It's like 10 minutes behind, and 10 minutes feels like forever as a high frequency algorithmic executor. And that's basically it. So you need to know yourself. I know myself very well. Even though I say I'm done, I'm not really done. Until I don't know. There's no. It's a bottomless pit. So you have to control yourself. You have to give yourself vacations. You have to give yourself time off. You should be the one that's with you. And you are the one who tells yourself what to do and does it every time. And when it comes to rest, that's the same thing. And I'm telling myself to rest. I rest the whole of December and January. Actually, December, I don't usually rest because I'm always trying to review what I did this year, what I could have done better and all that. And I'm trying to spend time with family and enjoy. And then in January, I'm trying to plan out for my year. What are my plans for the 2026 calendar year? What do I want to do? What do I want to achieve? And compare it to last year and have metrics. And you keep setting benchmarks for yourself where you're constantly evaluating yourself based on the progress that you made, not the progress of others. So that's I'm always measuring myself against me, and every year I keep getting better and better and better, and I improve. And you can see it in the way I read price, in the way I tape read, in the way I analyze. It's pretty evident. So on any other given Sunday, I know I would have moved my stop just below that low there. I would have. And if it stops me out, then that's just what this is, a consolidation. And we could just wick lower just to maybe clear sell side here and then run higher. But I don't see that on a 5-minute. I genuinely don't. On a 15-minute, like there's nothing. I don't see anything on a 15-minute. So, like I just see higher prices heading to Mount Baby right there. Oh my goodness. Sorry. Jeez. Jeez Louise. So we are seeing it displace just above buy side liquidity. We should see it gravitate at least to here for our first partial. So from where we entered long to here, our first partial over 100. Jokes. And then obviously to our ultimate target is over 215. So we should see continuation higher. Or you can move your stop below here in my opinion, but so when I do like screenshots, like for example here, let's say just from here to there, I had maybe 5 contracts on. I'll take partials right above here buy side liquidity. I take partials and I call it a day. Not because I can't grab it to those highs, but just I want to pay myself, and then maybe I'll move my stop just below this, and I want to see speed and distance continuation to buy side, but we'll keep our stop just below that low. So as expected, we are seeing continuation higher, and beautiful actually, in my opinion. So this is where I'll be a lot more comfortable to move my stop here. Then now you don't really have to worry about anything, and you don't have to be anxious. You don't have to like stress too much if you couldn't catch the lows, etc., etc. So in my opinion, I had just about 4 entry points. This was my first long right there. When we took out that was a beautiful long, very fast out. Then second one was this baby here. Then third one I would have taken was the 1030, which is a beautiful swing low. Not 24. 24 would have been nice, but it's very scary. I wouldn't have taken this one. I would have taken the 1031. So it's 1, 2, and only 3. Sorry, I thought this was 24. I would have taken that, and this one was a nice one as well, but it's not really on my time. So but this is the gist of trading, where you're not afraid to tape read. There's no money involved. You're not anxious. You are on the lowest form. You are no leverage, and you're just tape reading, and you're getting familiar with it. You're getting used to it. Price doesn't make you anxious. You're getting used to watching it pinned, watching it go in your direction or against you, and you do this for as long as you can, forever, for as long as you can see and trade. And that was a beautiful long there, using that previous hour's last swing high fair value, or that last swing high inefficiency. That wick was beautiful. This one here, it's beautiful long there. That was insane. That would have been a Mr. Rapid repricing injury. And then my stop would be just below that low, candlesticks low. Some good like that. Jokes. Just being facetious. So when I say I want you to screenshot your executions and your analysis of how you're going to be in a trade, how much you're going to lose, etc., this is what I mean. From point of entry, then where your stop loss would have been, right there. Wouldn't have been tagged. Would it have been tagged? Because this said 03. 03 is above A. Okay, so it didn't tag. We were sweet. Okay. And you watched how long it took from point of entry to start spooling in your direction into eventually your first partial, and you screenshot. So every time it does these expansions, you screenshot, and you keep these in your journal, and you keep them to yourself. You don't share them with anyone. And then you put like, what were you feeling here? Did we spool from the point of entry in which we were anticipating longs? Was this rapid repricing? Did you like the time? What could you have done better? And that's basically it. And you just keep a backlog of data like this. And when you do have executions, it's much easier. And notice how you can't do this if you're going in long, short. You can't do that. You have to be in one execution and allow it to be fruitful. Allow it to play its course. Allow it to show you that it wants to either go to your target or go against you, whether you're wrong or you're right. And it's not about being wrong, and it's not about being right. It's about being efficient, knowing what to do, when to do it, and how to do it. And when you do it, you're not anxious. You're not afraid. And don't think much about why I'm using specific levels, specific inefficiency. That's not the important part. The important part is, can you identify a level in which you would enter, whether it's long or short, relative to an inefficiency, liquidity, whatever it is you're using, and where your stop would be, and where's your potential target, where do you think it's going to draw to, and watch it either go there or go to your stop loss. Because if it goes to your stop loss, that means your stop loss is liquidity within the financial market. So if it's going to liquidity, which is yours, study how it gets there. And if it's going to the buy side, then that's the same. I might call it a day at 150. I'm a bit fatigued now. It's a lot slower than I anticipated. I really expected a low resistance liquidity run like this. But we just grind. and it's okay. It's good. Grinding is good. Everyone is trying to short now, so it's good. Oh, it's beautiful lungs, eh? Hope I'm not on mute. My biggest anxiety is always speaking source and being on mute. But that's right here, man. That right there. And time. Oh, that's just beautiful. That's literally what my brain saw. That was, out of all entries here, that was the best one. So we should see our first partial getting tagged here. And notice how we're only using the previous hour's range. We don't need anything else. And I'm looking to see how we're going to gravitate to these levels, where we're using the previous range, since obviously the market is driven by an algorithm. But these levels, they are that you can see them, they're clear as daylight. And you also want to see a bit of sensitivity if or when we get there. On any other given Sunday, I would have moved my stop to there to break even if you're anxious. But you can do that after it hits partials. So then now you know you've booked partials, plus your stop is above BE, and then now you don't really have to worry. Now you can just sit, and whatever price does, it doesn't make you anxious if you are incurring real money or monetary risk. Because the goal here in the financial market is desensitization. It is not to make money, it's to not be the best, it's just to be the least, the one who cares the least, but who's the best at not caring. You don't take it to heart, man. It's not that deep. But when you have money involved, it is that deep, hey. When you gotta feed your family, pay your rent, prove yourself, show your friends, show your family that you are good enough, yeah, then oof. That's tough. You're asking me to do the impossible, eh? We should see it displace at 10:50. If it doesn't, then oh well, we'll continue to watch it heading into 11 o'clock. And I think 11 o'clock I'll call it a day. Or it depends. We'll see what the macro does. So nothing much to talk about. The market is, I won't say being fickle, but it's awfully slow. So notice how we're engineering relative equal highs, right? So notice all those, right? So what do your traders think? Oh my goodness, the market is topping, hey? This one turns into that. Hope I'm not on mute though. No. I'm not on mute. I've been with you for 43 minutes. But yeah, that's basically the gist of my trading here, man. I'm not going to be doing much. There's nothing much for me to focus on. Next year, my main focus will be just back on the 20 handle, but it's going to be a bit more dynamic, where I'll kind of showcase like what the point of a 20 handle stop is, and or what the point of taming greed is. And once you have that, you can just do one execution a day with a fixed stop, but your TP fluctuates relative to the current price action. And when you learn how to master that, where your RR models are almost through the roof, then that's where everything comes together as an executor. That's what happened for me. It wasn't just like you had to stick to 20 handles. That's good, but then you can evolve from that. From 20, the more you watch it hit 20 and then go all the way to 43, go all the way to 50, 100, 200, 300, then that builds more confidence, and your ability to execute with the utmost efficiency shoots through the roof. And there's nothing you can't do in these charts. So hopefully next year I can showcase that, depending on how I feel. If not, I'll just drop back to my 20 handle, stop at 20 handle model, and continue it just for another year. And then in 2025, then I can really allow myself to bloom, which will be difficult. And I won't start it on a minis contract, definitely, man. I won't be able to start it on a minis. So I'll start it on a micro, just get a feel for it. And then hopefully in 2025, 2026, then I'll be able to go on the minis and really execute with that most of efficiency. I'd love to do the minis though, but can't. Also, hopefully next year I can learn how to get into a competition mindset, especially in terms of executing and trading. I've not learned to be that or embrace that in any shape or form. So I'm not really a competition style trader, but I would love to become one heading into the later years of my career. So fingers crossed I can achieve that. But it's a work in progress, one step at a time. No need to rush. So similar thing to the previous hour, I don't think it's going to happen though. In my honest opinion, I don't see it. But we should see it use that as support again to see potentially higher prices. Could, same thing we saw here, but the fact that the hour didn't close, I would beg to differ. Excuse me. So what my brain is seeing, can remove all these and just stand there, then targeting these. So we should see 11 o'clock hit that buy side, which is like 3 minutes from now. Failure to do so, probability slowly shift out of favor. Eh? Let me just see if I'm not on mute. So all these, like every time I like see a potential turning point or potential setup, or this is where I expect the load to be, when I'm journaling to myself, those are entry models. You know, they can offer risk parameters as well in and of themselves if you study the right one, if you know which one you study. And it opens up a different world, not the normal world you're used to of support and resistance or whatever. But you can only do this if you just tape reading, you're not really engaged in risk, because you have to see it 1,000 times, trust it 1,000 times. And then once you trust it, then you can put money behind it. But if you don't watch it print, if you don't see it happening, where levels are being hit, where specific inefficiencies or liquidities or swing highs and swing lows are being respected, it becomes almost impossible for you to execute or even read with any degree of accuracy, where you can actually time the market, time the turning points in which swing highs and swing lows occur. One minute left. It does look better like this, I won't lie, when you look at it from this perspective, where you just have land. Then I can already see where I put my stop loss, where I put my TP, like for example, if this was an entry model, I'll have my stop right there, and then I'll have my TP right above here. If not, then I'll trust the swing low instead, and then target that. But it's a bit too far up in the range for me to do anything. So I remember one of your questions was when do you expect the clock to just start spooling? Like in these examples here, we've reached the point of fair value, we're entering into a new clock. You want to see it spool high, at least to liquidity, before taking out any lows. So you want to see the nearest form of liquidity. If you really look to the far left of this current price action, nearest form is obviously first one, but then these two, one here, one there. Then the second one is this baby. So it can only do one of two things for the first 10 minutes. It's either go here or go there. And in my opinion, I think it's going to go here. It's that easy. As expected, we did gravitate to the highs. So this is what my brain will screenshot again. It's right there as an entry model from here. Stop loss, right there. So I'm still keeping the same one, but this is tape reading. Then you screenshot that. And then your target was obviously just this buy side right there. Work with me in Q, work with me in Q. It's right there. Then you watch how from point of entry, right there, when this candlestick traded into it, to spooling. How long did it take? 1 minute, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Rapid repricing, baby. But this is where it happens, right there. Similar to the same thing that happened there. Where you can remove all these. I should also just screenshot it. And you can put your annotations like target, like this. Target. Then you say top, then you say right, and then you say stop loss. You can also use the bodies as well. I don't love the bodies, right? Like use the body instead, like here, just there. But it's fine, you can use the wick. And then you can say entry is right there. Put this in a different color and say entry. Then put this in the middle, and then you screenshot that baby. You say over and over. And then you get good at spotting these things relative to time, and you're not really anxious. And then the more you spot these things and what time they form, so from here to there, right there. This is our model, the one that we're in currently in Lifetime. From there all the way till up there, that's our first partial. Then you take a screenshot of that, where we would have taken partials, where your stop would have been, the stop would have remained there, and we would have. And that's basically it. This is a 100 handle move. We should see it continue to gravitate ever so slowly to one standard deviation of this whole previous hour's range. And every time it continues to make new highs, you take a screenshot, screen grab. You note in your journal what time would you have gone long, what time would you have gone short. Not short, of course, but what time would you have gone long, what level would you be studying, what inefficiency would you be looking at, why would you be looking at that inefficiency, and what do you expect it to do at a very specific moment in time. That's basically it. Nothing much. There's no fancy moving parts. The only fancy moving parts are obviously time. Yeah. What time are we going to hit your TP? What time are we going to hit your stop loss? What time do we begin spooling? What time are we going to retrace? All those things you need to kind of know them, right? So I'll call it a day here. Thank you so much for blessing me with your time, and I'll see you again next year. No execution for me today, just a beautiful tape reading session. And I will see you again, same time, same place next year, most probably the first week of Feb. I really pray you continue to study price action with the utmost depth. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Don't be afraid to learn. Don't be afraid to tape read, because you're going to be doing this for the rest of your life. You don't need a lot to make it in this game. And learn to take a break. That's the one thing that I still even now find difficult. And for me, a true vacation is where there's no phone, no laptop, just resting. From 9 to 5, it's rest. No phone, you're eating 3 meals a day, because currently I'm only eating 1. Like, I'm a beast, I'm getting ready to work. But I need to relax, I need to take time with family, I need to chill, and the best way is for me to let go of price action fully, cancel all my subscriptions, have no trading apps on my phone, no news events, no investing.com, none of those. I don't want to hear anything. I'll hear about it next year, because the market ain't going nowhere. And I had to learn that the hard way as an executor, that the market ain't going nowhere. And I used to spend my Decembers grinding, working, trading, instead of enjoying the fruits of my labor, enjoying the money I've made, how far I've come, and the things I've achieved. I don't enjoy it. I just work. And also, enjoying doesn't mean, indulging in gluttony. Yes, enjoying is just taking some time off. And yeah, that's basically it, man. Thank you so much for blessing with yours, and I will see you again next year. And also, continue studying the first 3 minutes of every 15-minute candlestick, because there's something there. There's either an inefficiency or there's liquidity. That's it. Those are the only, mostly it's liquidity and inefficiency. For some reason, I do think it might reach our target a lot faster than anticipated. So, not anticipated. I really thought we were going to do it in this hour, but we didn't. And also, yeah, I'll screenshot again. Whenever it makes continuous all-time highs or highs relative to where I entered and what I'm studying, just screenshot that always, and 10-12, baby, right on time. Crazy, eh? Oh, my students would love this. But yeah, man, let me love and leave you. Thank you so much for blessing with your ears, and next year is going to be amazing. Be patient, don't rush it. Speed kills.